has committed the sin of rebellion, which is witchcraft. Someday I'll explain that with why the word rebellion is used. I cannot deal with it now because of time. But God has committed the sin of rebellion, because the Bible says when the woman performed her little stuff, a spirit did appear. And he looked like Samuel. And the Bible says God called that spirit a familiar spirit. Say that with me. Familiar spirit. Familiar means this is a demonic spirit that learned the habits of a person and impersonates them so they have familiar habits like the person. So if your auntie comes to see you, that ain't your auntie. And that's why God hates witchcraft, because it is an attempt to break his law. So there are demons that impersonate your son, your daughter, your auntie, your uncle, your bishop, whoever you go to call up. That's why God hates witchcraft. Are you with me?
Man, that's some powerful stuff. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and start. And we are streaming live to YouTube now. So if you have anybody who needs to look at YouTube or whatever, who wants to tune in, they can do that, or encourage them to click on the link to join. Let me do a check. If you can see me, hear me, and see my screen, type a number 3 in the box, please. All right. Cool. All right. One thing I got to do. Hold on one second, you guys. Give me one quick second. All right, you guys. Today we're going to be having a very important class. I'm running my laminator. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. Let me do this. I should have just did this first and then started class. Sorry about that. Give me 1 quick second. Also, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do to kind of help you out with organization with your trades. All right, here we go. All righty. I'll run this through later on. Okay, you guys. So this here, let me see. I always create myself some sheets now so I can have quick access to my little checklist. Like for an example, this is the checklist that I sent out to you guys the other day. Okay, my little trading checklist. What I did was, now again, you can put it on a computer and duplicate and all that kind of stuff. That's cool. But for me, I want to get through my checklist really quick. So I actually laminated my sheet, and so that I can always use a little marker, a dry erase marker. I can mark on here real quick when I'm done with my checklist of what I need, and then I write down the trades I want to take. I can easily erase them right back off again and rinse and repeat with a dry erase marker every day. So it just helps me to be very, very organized with my stuff, okay? So I like my little checklist because then I don't have to think or forget. Let me ask you guys this, okay? Just for an example. How many of you guys, you go to trade and then you got to try to remember, okay, what was this rule? Oh, I was supposed to remember to do this. And then sometimes you go back, and you be like, oh, dang, I forgot to do this. I forgot to do that. How many do that sometimes? Type a 3 in the box if that's you. Sometimes you just forget certain things, okay? That's the problem. Because you have not written it down and you don't treat it like a checklist, that's the reason why. I'll never forget my last job that I had years ago was at a medical device. I was a medical device salesperson. And your job, your employment depended on you actually completing a checklist. They were so strict until after you made a sale for this medical device, you had to go through the checklist to make sure you went through everything. Number one, the checklist of what needed to be said on the call. Then before you submitted the request, you had to submit a checklist of it. Then you had a floor supervisor who went over the checklist with you as a new person until they got comfortable knowing you knew the routine. But the floor manager would go over a checklist with every sale you made to make sure that you did the checklist. And then if there was any mistakes, you had another manager who was up in the office who oversaw. So they had so many checks and balances in place until they made it hard for you to get past any of that process. Okay. Let me give you guys a little story, and this is the truth. This is the absolute truth. I kid you not, I ain't playing. My mama was a soldier. Okay. My mama was a 5-foot soldier, raised 9 kids, but she ran it militaristic. Okay, so when we grew up, now I know this is going to be foreign to a lot of you guys who are raising these kids who don't have to have any responsibility at all. They can do whatever they want to do. But for those of us who grew up with the old school parents, let me tell you how it was. My mama, she was so militaristic. When we grew up, there was dishwashing time. But with 9 kids, it wasn't just one person who washed dishes. This was well before, we had these dishwashers and everything else, which again makes no sense to me why kids can't do dishes when you have dishwashers. Just load them up, put the little thing there and turn it on. But that's a different story. Anyway, the point is, my mama had us in groups. You got 9 kids. Okay, y'all gonna function in 3 teams. Okay, so we had to team up in 3s. One person washed the dishes, one person dried the dishes, and one person was to put the dishes away. Okay, did y'all get that? There was a team of 3. One person wash, one person dries, and one person puts the dishes away. Now, my mama don't mind cooking dinner, but she better not have found a dirty plate ever. Because she said if the person washes the dishes missed the spot, then the person drying them surely should have caught it. But if the person who was drying the dishes missed it, then the third person who was putting them away certainly should have got it. And if it passed by all 3 of y'all's eyeballs, then it's going to be a problem with her. Type of 8 man in the box. That was that old school parenting. Y'all feel me? Mama didn't play. Mama didn't play. Okay? That was the old school stuff. Somebody better catch it, or all 3 of y'all going to be have a problem with her. Okay? Why? She was putting checklists in place, checks and balances, procedures to be able to handle 9 kids. She had to have procedures in place. She taught us how to wash, how to dry. She taught us how to rinse off rice, and how to cut up a whole chicken from the joint. And as a result of that teaching, I actually I used to run a restaurant because of her teaching, because of her procedures. Why am I sharing that? Because when you guys are trading, what helps you to stop being emotional traders, and this is actually not the important part. I got something very, very important to share with you guys, but this is just food for thought. When you're dealing with your trading, it is vitally important that you have a checklist in place, or you have to treat it like a flight plan. Every airline pilot, no matter how many, they could have just landed the plane and dropped you off at your destination. Before that plane takes off, the pilots still have to go right back to the checklist before they take off. They haven't even walked off the plane. They just dropped you off. They haven't gotten off the plane. But because the plane landed, in between where they took off and where they dropped you off, something could have went wrong. And therefore, they go right back through the routine. The safety checklist, the safety checklist, the safety checklist. Many of you guys are trading without a safety checklist. And so you see a setup and you hopping right into it. Why? Because you're emotional. But then when the trade don't work out, then you go back to a safety checklist and say, oh, I should have did this. I should have done that. No, here's how you increase your winning percentage. You go through the checklist before you take the trade. And this will help you to become a lot more professional in your approach to these markets. So that now you're cutting out things that you normally would have forgotten to do because you were all excited and emotional about the money being made. And this will help you to slow down and actually process this setup to see, is it legit or not? Type a 50 in the box if that helps you right off the top. And that's great if you have it on your computer, whatever floats your boat. But for me, I know I like to get through my work schedule quickly. Trading is a job, okay? So I want to get through my work schedule as quickly as possible. So for me, I just printed it out and I have it on this laminator. And I just laminate it so I can mark it up, blah, 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 blah. And then the next day, I wipe it off with the dry erase marker, and I got them off of Amazon. I got a whole pack of these. It was like 12 of them in a pack for like $8 or something, but you can just get one at the dollar store. One with a dry erase head on it, and you just mark this thing up and then dry, keep it moving. And I have 3 of them because see, I have daily checklists for my behavior, just for myself. I keep one which is called daily task, which includes I have to pray, read my Bible, read a chapter out of a book, exercise, drink a certain amount of water a day. And then I have some blank lines at the bottom. So if there's any extra things that needs to be done, I call it my procrastination list, such as I got to contact somebody, I got to make a phone call, all that's on this list. And I get to handle my business and get this thing done. And as a reward for completing my daily checklist, I can then have whatever I decide is motivational to me, which is, for me, I love my sweets. So, okay, there you go. Once I get through my procrastination list, then I can treat myself to a sweet or dessert or whatever I decide is, something that's rewarding for me on a daily basis, which is where this gobbleneck, I done picked up weight. I got to find another reward because I'm getting a gobbleneck. Yeah. But y'all get what I'm saying. It helps you to be very crisp and clean with your behavior, not just with your trading, but in every aspect of your life, because now you're getting organized and you're no longer procrastinating or taking trades. You're not procrastinating in your personal life, but in your trading life, you're not trading off emotions. You're trading off of a professional checklist plan to make sure that you're documenting and making sure you're doing things right. Type a 50 if you guys see it. Okay, everybody understand that? Okay, all right, let me switch screens because I want to go over this. I want to show you guys this trade real quick, and then we're going to get into some more very important stuff. All right, so let me switch screens. Those of you who were here last week, and we talked about the gold trade, take a look at it. This is the same trade. This is the demo account I took it on with y'all. And I told you guys, remember the question was, should you hold it or should you not? What I tell y'all, look at this thing. Watch this. This is in 1 week. Watch this. This is to motivate you to learn patience. Everybody type the word patience. Hold on, let me make sure. Hold on, let me make sure I got my YouTube family on. Okay. Yeah, we got some people hanging out. Hey, YouTube family, y'all on a 5-second delay. Okay, y'all on a 5-second delay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got a few folk on there. All right, cool. So y'all on a 10-second delay. So anything I say is going to be 10 seconds behind. If you want to join live with me, click on the link below and you can join in live. Okay. All right, let me show this. Patience. I took this trade with only 3 standards. Look at how much in 1 week. $15,174. And I'm gonna close this trade right here because we got Fed news coming out. This is the trade we took together live. And all you had to do is leave it alone for 1 week with 3 standards on gold. You're looking at it. I didn't touch it. I didn't close it because I wanted you guys to see this with your own eyes. What happens if you leave things alone? And this is specifically for the family who has my Simplicity Sexy Analyst combination. These 415s, if you just leave it alone. Part of your problem is you keep tampering with stuff. Leave it alone. I did a video of this trade with my own account where I showed you guys I took that same trade. And what happened was, because the war happened over the weekend, price gapped up real quick and it's still going up and didn't stop. But the setup we saw before the war happened. Am I not right? Type of 50 for everybody who's in here. Type of 50 in the box. Am I not lying? This trade set up in our class, we called it before the war happened, because we entered this trade on Wednesday. The war didn't happen until the weekend afterwards, and yet we caught the trade. You see why it's important to come to class? You see why? You caught this before the war. When the war happened, this is why you see that price action gapped up. And let me increase this so you guys can see it. There was a gap from here to here over the weekend, because what? When war starts, people rush to gold. They want that safety. So it gapped up. I didn't expect it to gap up. I just knew it was going to keep going up, but doggone, it gapped up, and look, it still ain't going. So I closed mine out too soon, but oh well, I took what I could, and I'm cool with that. But look, it's still going. 15 grand. All you have to do is take, now this is just with 3 standards. This is the account I'm using for y'all. So when we taking trades in class, you can see this. This was a trade I called in class. And we even discussed, should you close it or keep it? Remember, we talked about this in class last week. And here you go. So I didn't want to close this. I wanted to show this to you guys before I closed it, so that you can see this is part of your problem. You're not leaving things alone. And I'm going to close this out. $14,900 and something. Okay, 1 week worth of trading, one trade. All you have to do is just leave it alone. And we took this. This is the class trade, the class account. Class. Everybody's seen it. Okay. See, this is the benefit of leaving things alone. All right, you guys. So now let's get into some stuff. The other reason why I'm doing these, I'm starting to really enjoy these live classes to open to the public. You know why? Because the good news is nobody can ever call you a scammer when you're doing these things live and open to the public. Do you get what I'm saying? Number 2, you're genuinely able to help people to really see the truth for themselves, because now they're able to join in and see it along with you. So you know that, okay, this is really, this really is. Okay, I see, I really see it. And now the average retail person can actually see possibility. And that's what you're missing. Is it possible? I've been doing this for a long time because I have a sense that it's possible, but the truth is I don't really believe that it's possible for who? For me. But now I'm with a group of people, like-minded retail traders, and we're all a group, and I can actually see possibility. He's right. It is possible. He's right. We did talk this trade up last week in class. See, now you're thinking it's possible. Okay. All right. We got a lot to cover today. All right. So what I laminated here was my weekly notes to make sure that I actually have them for you guys. So I'm going to go over this. And then after that, we got so much to cover. Please stick around for the whole class. Please. I beg you. We got a lot to cover. Okay. Number 1, I'm not a financial advisor. So if you need financial advice, please seek out a financial advisor. That's not what I'm here to do. We're just looking at the charts, trying to have a discussion about what we see. And we, as a retail family, are just trying to figure this thing out, okay? Number 2, please, when we get to the question and answer period, please make sure that your background noise is under control, because this is being recorded for playback, and they do want to hear your question, and they do want to hear my answer, but they can't do that if there's too much background noise. So if you're around a screaming baby, barking dog, a cussing boss, step out into a quiet area, ask your question, then put yourself back on mute. And again, for the YouTube family who's watching me, please, if you want to ask me direct questions, please click on the link below to join the Zoom class now, so that then you can raise your hand and I can actually speak directly with you, okay, if you have any questions. All right, number 3, please make sure that when you're trading, you're using what's called disposable income. Disposable income simply means it's just that. It's disposable. Do not ever risk your real live baby mama money, your baby Similac money, your rent money, your car note money. You're just a gambler at that point, okay? I had a person who reached out to me in a foreign country, and they said, hey, I'm struggling this, and this. And I said, no, you need to get education first. And then when you start progressing on a demo account, then you slowly start with a small live account. Okay, it's baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, because you can end up losing everything and you can shatter the life of your family. And trust me, it happens in this business. Okay, all right. Next, number 4, please make sure that there is no one trying to reach out to you in the name of Super Easy or Jenny, Elvis, Donna, my wife Nancy, or Uncle P, or whatever. We don't do that. We don't send you little private messages saying, give me your money and I'll do it for you. Send me some Bitcoin, which is, you can't get a refund. You can't complain when you send that Bitcoin. That's why they want the crypto. Okay, because once they got it, they're gone. Please don't do that. We have never done it, and we never will. If there's ever anything new that is going to happen in Super Easy, I always do a video in the groups and also on YouTube, so that everybody universally who wants to be involved with Super Easy will always know that this new circumstance has originated with Super Easy Uncle P. If you didn't see my face on it, you didn't hear me say it, then trust me, it ain't us. That's the reason why I do it, because I want to validate, yes, this is true. All right. Those who's in my group, type a 10 to make sure that you confirm that you heard what I said. Anything new, I have always, since 2019, I have always put my face on it to legitimize this is actually the truth. If you don't see my face on it, then don't bother with it. It's a scammer. If you don't personally hear me announcing something, don't believe it. And if you have any questions, now that this class is open to the public, every Wednesday, you can always drop in and just say, hey, raise your hand during question and answer period, and then ask me directly. And I'll tell you, yes, this was us, or no, that wasn't us. There's no reason to be scammed up in here. Okay. All right, next. I want to welcome all new people. If there's new people who this is your first time, type a number 4 in the box. I just want to say hi to you. Any new people? If this your first time or second time, hey, Santiago, hey, Mike, hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Stephanie, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Super Easy family. Good, 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 good. Hey, Terrence, welcome, welcome, you guys. Got some new folk? Good, good. Listen, again, you can drop in. You don't have to buy anything, okay? Just drop in. If you like what we have, cool. If not, that's okay. Just I don't really care. I really don't even care at this point, okay? There's something terrible on the way for the retail traders and, for the average person. When I say average, I mean middle income families. Terrible stuff is on the way, and this market is where you can get unlimited amounts of money. So, hey, let's just open the doors, get you some education. If you like what you see, you want to purchase something, cool. If you don't, I don't care. But at least you know how to dig some of this money up out of here, such as that gold trade. How many of you guys could have benefited from that one trade if you would have just left it alone? Type of 40 in the box. Oh, thanks, Mike. Mike said he'd been watching me for a long time. Hey, Fernando. Good, good, good. Okay. This might be our last frontier. You can't depend on your jobs because they're dropping people like a rock. Okay. So this has unlimited amounts of money that anybody who knows how to dig it out can get access to it. And if they close its door, I don't know what's, you got the stock market, but that's a different beast. Okay. So while you got this opportunity, let's get up in here, family. All right. Now, let me switch screens and let me get to the next thing that we have to cover. That's why I laminated this. See, I can keep myself on track now. All right, let's go to the next thing. I want to give you guys, let me switch screens again. I'm going to go back to this one. Okay. And let me drop this. All right. And this one. All right, let me drop Dr. Miles Monroe. Thank you very much. That was very good information Dr. Miles Monroe had. It just really changed my life. All right, give you guys an update on the signal service. If you do want to join the signal service right now, this week, as of this week, they got a lot of running trades open, but there are 5 and 1. So Mr. Elvis is kicking butt, and I don't have updates on Miss Jenny's. But as far as the signals, they are 5 and 1. So if you do want to join the signal service, there it is. Okay, so that's where they are so far as of today. 5 winners and only 1 loss. All right, now let me get to something very important. Here's very, very important. A lot of you guys want to trade for prop firms. If that is your goal, type a 5 in the box. If you want to be a prop firm trader, you want to trade for prop firms. Come on, talk to me. Me too. Okay. Okay. I mean that. I like trading other people's money and letting them risking their money and not my own. I'm cool with that. I have no problem with that. But there's some information you need to know, because my Forex funds went downhill and a lot of questions came about. There was a lot of YouTube videos out and this and that. So for you guys who are aspiring, you may be in the middle of trying to pass a challenge and all these different things, I want to share this video with you. I'm not endorsing this person. I don't personally know this person, and I don't use this person's prop firm. That's why I wanted to use a third party, somebody who's away from my attachments, so that the information I'm sharing with you is just to help open your eyes as to how and why and what's really going on. Should you be worried that you're trying to pass a prop firm that may not even be around? Should you be concerned that, hey, you have got a funded account, or is it possible that you are or are not going to get paid? All these different questions are coming up. Okay, so I wanted to glean information from this person who does run a prop firm but used to work on Wall Street, who I kind of feel like gave some authentic information about what's really going on to help us as a retail family. Then from there, we're going to head to the charts and we're going to look at setups. Okay, everybody fair with that? Type of 35 if you're okay with that in the group. Type of 35. Okay, that's the process of what class is going to look like today. All right, and then there's a big news announcement, and I'm going to give you guys your homework assignment. So do not leave until we get done with the homework assignment, and then I'll close up with question and answer. All right, here we go. So this person here, I'm just going to play this video, and it's about 15 minutes, and I want you guys to listen to it. Okay, listen to it. And again, I'm not endorsing this, but I'm just letting you guys hear what he has to say. And I may step away from my desk for a moment, but I'm still listening myself. I'm just in the room walking around, taking care of things. Here we go.
Been on Wall Street for over 2 decades, started on the sell side back when I was 16, did wealth management, private equity, and then trading for prop firms, hedge funds, et cetera, et cetera. This is why I have inside knowledge as to how Wall Street operates, and I want to dispel a few myths that is happening due to the ignorance of most people who have not been part of the insider circle to understand what's going on behind the MFF situation. Biggest issue what happened with MFF, with my Forex funds, is they fucked up. They vertically integrated and they started executing trades without having a broker-dealer license. All right, so in the United States and North America, you're not allowed to execute trades if you don't have a broker-dealer's license, and that's the actual law that they broke. Now, they have done a lot of morally reprehensible things as well, but they weren't illegal. And let me explain as to what's happening with this industry and dispel a few myths. All right, so number one, A book and B book. A book and B booking has existed for a long time in Forex industry and every other.
Oh, before make sure to pull out some notes. I want you guys to take notes. Something very important that he brought up as you're listening to this that really opened my eyes. A lot of you guys are talking about, hey, what about, is this broker regulated and this and that? Now, and I do get it. Let me turn my camera over here. Okay, there you go. That's much better. Is this broker regulated? Why is this prop firm not in the US and this, that, and the other? He's going to explain to you why. And when he did, it was like, okay, now that makes total sense as to why that's going on. So again, please make sure that you're taking notes along the way, because as a Forex trader, whether you want to trade for prop firms or not, please make absolutely certain that you're taking notes, because this is going to help you to understand exactly what is going on. Okay. And also, before we go any further, let me share this link with you guys so that you can do your own due diligence. Again, I don't care whether you rock with him or not. I'm not endorsing him. I don't work with him or nothing. Okay, I'm posting this in. Nobody type in the chat. Nobody type in the chat. All right, I just shared the link so all of you guys can grab the link, and he has several videos that he does so you can follow up about this stuff because he covers this stuff pretty well. So again, please pull out a piece of paper, take some notes. So down the line, you may just be starting to say, hey, I don't want to really trade a prop firm. But down the line, when you start saying, you know what, on the second thought, I can open me an account for $500, or I can do a prop firm challenge for $500, but that $500 is worth $100,000 account. Because that's what the average price of $100,000 account is, about $500. So you put up $500. If you pass the prop firm challenge, they refund that money back to you, and now you're trading a live $100,000 account versus just your 500. So you may think about it, may like it, may not want to, but down the line, we change our minds sometimes. If you're already in this, you critically really want to hear this. Okay. Okay, so grab that link and I'll finish up and I'll let him do his thing and I won't interrupt no more.
Industry, and let me explain what it is briefly. So if a book is when you pass the order through from the trader onto the actual exchange. Since most traders don't know how to trade, most of these people are gamblers. Exchange doesn't have to pass on your order onto somebody else to take the other side of the play, right? So if you're buying something, somebody needs to sell something in an equal amount. If you're buying one share of X, somebody's selling one share of X, and it's a zero-sum game, meaning both parties think that they're doing the right thing, but one of the parties is going to soon find out when the price moves that they fucked up, and the other one, they've been right. Now, with brokerages, they figured out, since a lot of people who join these things are novice traders, they don't need to pass on your order to somebody else to make money. They simply can take absorb the risk and take on the order and provide you the liquidity, meaning they take the other side of the order. And that's called B-Book. They basically say, you know what? Most people are not good traders, and we're just going to take the other side of the order without passing it on to the open market. We'll just do the inside deal within our environment, so to speak. Now, that's B-Book, and there's nothing illegal about that. Simply because why make somebody else rich when you can make yourself rich? Why are you going to pass on the order onto an open pool of sharks when you can eat it yourself, right? So a few people who actually dedicate themselves, spend years, not months, years, to learn how to trade. They have a chance of becoming successful, and those people get A-Book. A-Book means that these people are good, nobody wants to trade against them, and the order gets sent into the open market where they trade against other traders, other exchanges, other big players, et cetera, right? So this has been going on since Kingdom Come. You can read an excellent book called Reminiscence of the Stock Operator, and about bucket shops and all that back in the 1920s and 1930s, et cetera. So what's going on with MFF? They were doing that, but they were also, what the illegality of what they were doing wasn't them taking the other side of their traders' trades. The illegality was where they took North American traders and they were basically executing their trades when they didn't have the license to execute their trades. And that's what brought them down. All right. So that's why the CFTC got involved. And now they're fucked. Now, what's going on with the prop firm industry? The honest take. The honest take is very simple. Most Wall Street old school prop firms would require you to present a track record in order for you to be even considered for the job. All right. The track record means you would have to show them at least 6 to 12 months of profitable trading for them to consider you to come on board and become part of the trading team. Now, FTMO and other companies, they made it simpler for a retail trader to get accepted into the Wall Street world. What do I mean? Well, since you're coming from the internet with a zero track record and you're pretty much nobody, right? And you want somebody to give you $100,000 to trade. Well, why would somebody do that? You show no track record, you pass no interviews, you do nothing pretty much, but pass a week, 1 week or 2 weeks worth of trading. You took 5 trades, 10 trades, 20 trades, and all of a sudden you think you're going to be handed 100, 200, 500,000, $1 million to trade. That would be asinine, don't you think? And that's why the prop industry developed a model where they would continuously monitor you and they would B-book you until they see that you are good enough to be A-booked. What do I mean by that? So, for example, you're somebody who bought a trial account. You pass all the stages, but you pass them in 5 trades, 10 trades, let's say. And now you're funded for 100,000. Now, a prop firm has a choice. Are they going to A-book you or B-book you? Meaning, are they going to pass your orders through the exchanges and you're going to compete in the open market and make money for the prop firm? Or they want to hire you as a consultant first and still observe you for a little longer, for a month or 2 or 3, until they're confident enough that you are good and you can deliver on what you're trying to achieve by constantly being profitable, making money for both parties, right? For yourself and for the firm. So if you've passed a prop firm challenge in 10 trades in 1 week, it doesn't tell me as a prop firm a whole lot about your ability. Maybe you got lucky. You know, you caught the trend up, for example, you wrote it up. When the trend changes, you blow up the account, right? So I need to observe you through all market cycles in order for me to know that you know what the hell you're doing. Since you're a person from the internet that nobody knows anything about, this is what it is. I have to test you and see how good you are. The testing phase is the B-book phase. The B-book is simply you providing signals, and the firm either takes those signals and executes on your behalf, or they don't take your signals, but they just keep watching. The good part is, no matter whether the firm takes your signals or doesn't take your signals when you're on B-book, you still get paid when you're right, okay? So that's the part where you get paid as an unknown person from the internet. And that's why the industry of prop firms on the internet is still very, very good for a retail trader to become somebody who is rich, okay? There's no other vehicle right now that exists that can enable a little guy to make as much money as trading does in the markets through a prop firm, because you get access to capital. Whether it's virtual capital or not virtual capital, whether you're A-booked or B-booked, it doesn't matter because you still get paid at the end of the day. After you are being tested for a month or 2 or 3 and you display an ability to make money, a firm will eventually stop monitoring you and say, okay, this trader is good enough to trade on his own, and we don't have to pick and choose whether or not to take his trades, not to take his trades. He has displayed enough, sufficiently enough, that he knows what, or he knows whatever, to be politically correct nowadays, that they know how to trade, and they don't need our supervision. They're not little kids for us to hold their hands anymore. Okay, that's the A-book. And the beautiful part about it is, whether it's A-book or B-book, you still get paid. What happened with MFF, my Forex funds, is, first of all, they broke the rule of not having the broker-dealer's license. Second of all, they were allowing US and Canadian traders to trade certain instruments that are not allowed for United States and Canadian North American traders to be traded, like CFDs, like gold, silver, indices through CFD vehicles, okay? They're only allowed to trade futures, and that's a whole nother story, and blah, 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 doesn't matter. So to get to the point, MFF was doing a lot of morally wrong things. They were cheating their customers via some kind of scripts on the back end with MT4 and MT5 and all that jazz. That's morally wrong, and the problem may be illegal. I'm not sure what the hell they were doing. The biggest issue is that they were operating without a license, and that they were doing something on the back end to destroy their traders or stuff like that. But they were still paying. They were still supposedly ranked very high. A lot of people made money with them. And that's the bottom line, honestly. If you find good prop firms, and I'm not pitching my prop firm or any other prop firm, if you find a good prop firm that is able to pay you for your either B-book services as a consultant as a signal consultant or whatever you want to call it. And then you can become an a-book trader and grow and become a professional, or you get a-booked right away if you are somebody who has been trading for a while and you can display the skill set. And we have $2 million traders trading that as well, because they are able to display an ability, and they've been around the market for a decade and they have a track record, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I don't need to babysit them. Somebody who just came off the internet and they're trying to make a quick buck, again, it works for you. Now, let me tell you another quick reality check for those who don't understand how it works in reality on Wall Street. On Wall Street, nobody pays you every 14 days, every 7 days, even every month when you're a trader. You get paid quarterly, okay, based on your quarterly performance. The whole Wall Street operates on quarterly performance. Then hence you have the quarterly earnings, yada, 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 all that bullshit with the companies, as you all know. Same thing for traders. When I was working for a prop firm, I was trading, I would get paid once a quarter based on my quarterly performance. Why? Well, because anybody can get lucky for 2 weeks and get paid. And that's why it's still good for you as a retail traders that the competition is so great in the space of internet prop firms that they have 7-day payouts, instant payouts, 14-day payouts. You can get lucky and you can turn your $1,000 or $500 basically in 10 grand. And there's nothing like that exists in anywhere right now. If you have the knowledge, if you spend time, become dedicated to the craft, you have a vehicle that enables to turn $500, $1,000 into 10 grand within a week's time, and you get a payout. Because on Wall Street, in a big firm, you would have to pass an interview, you would have to bring a track record, successful track record, trading for a year. How many of you have a track record of 12 months, successful track record of 12 months? Pretty much nobody, all right? So now you're somebody who's been trading for 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months altogether. And if you get lucky, you can get paid a lot of money because you catch a little bit of a trend for 14 days or 7 days, et cetera, et cetera. So before you start panicking about the MFF and all that, realize this whole industry is still skewed towards your benefit, okay? Because it doesn't benefit a prop firm to pay you every 7 days, and then in the next 7 days you blow up and the prop firm is holding the bag, your losses, and you just walk away, okay? So in reality, this industry is still very much geared towards helping the little guy, the retail, and making them successful and giving them a leg up in this whole world. And in return, we ask for loyalty, obviously. And once you display certain criteria of success, meaning a track record and successful equity curve up, obviously it's never a straight out line up. But as long as the trajectory is up, we love to find these diamonds in the rough and get them on the A-book side of things, and then obviously scale them up, make them earn more money. In return, we also earn more money. So this is a long-winded video. If you stayed till the end, congratulations. If you haven't, well, you wouldn't even know what I'm talking about right now. But that's the reality of things. It works for the little guy. If you have tenacity in this business, this is a very tough business. If you have tenacity, this is a very good opportunity for you to turn a small amount of money into a large amount of money until regulations come. And believe me or not, this same thing happened with the Forex broker industry from early 2000s onwards. It was a wild, wild west, just like with the prop firms now. Then the regulations come, and basically they, trust me, they never work into the favor of a little guy. Okay, they're not interested in making a little guy rich, because they want you to be sitting in the office and being an obedient office bee, not somebody who is independent and who can earn tens of thousands of dollars in a week from a very small amount of money invested into it. Okay, my door is always open. You can find me at fundingtraders.com. Links on Discord, Telegram. I'm always trading.
All right. So let me switch screens and let's get back to the charts. So was that helpful to you guys? I just want to ask, first of all, was that eye-opening and helpful? If it was, type a 75 in the box. Everybody wants to trade, everybody wants to do things quick, but nobody's really doing homework to figure out, okay, what's really going on behind the scenes. So I thought, as I was doing my due diligence, that it would be impertinent or important for you to at least know and understand what the heck is really going on, because I saw a bunch of videos that popped up when my Forex funds went down. And so the scare was, okay, is all the rest of them going to go down? Me as a person who's trading prop firm accounts, yes, I'm concerned. You get what I'm saying? Which is still why it's a good idea to still trade your own personal account as well, so that, you know, if anything happens with these others, it is what it is. Okay, you can't control other people's companies. That is another reason why Uncle P does not endorse companies. That's the reason why. Because I have no control over them, and if they go down, everybody gonna be mad at me as if I own the company, because I recommended them. That's why I don't. I let you guys do your own due diligence, and and after all these years, and it's not a week that go by that I don't get several companies reaching out to me wanting me to endorse them. I get emails all the time. I get contacted all the time. Hey, Uncle P, let's do business. Let's cohabitate and collaborate and all these different elaborates and eights. And after all these years, I just haven't pulled the trigger. And I'm not talking about just small companies. Some of them, like Levi's, you know, the jean company and all these other, they reached out to me. They want to do business. But I've always said no, because if their company goes down, they're only using my influence and my name and credibility to their advantage to boost their sales. But if they turn around and do something wicked that I was not made aware of, then guess what? The same person who helped bring them business will be the same person who has to take on all the hell of the problems that you did, because nobody knows who you are. They just know Uncle P said it. Type amen if y'all understand what I'm saying. So when y'all be asking me about brokers and asking me about prop firms, which ones to use, and I have nothing to say about it. Do your own due diligence. Why? Because if things go wrong, then you take responsibility for your research or the lack thereof. And the problem is, with most retail traders, they don't want to do their own homework. They constantly are taking the word of somebody else, assuming that that person did their homework. And that's a problem, because this is your income. That's why I don't quickly endorse things, because this is your income. You have to feel comfortable with the broker you choose. You have to feel comfortable with the prop firm you choose, because your income depends on your due diligence. Word of mouth is okay with some things, but not when it comes to this, because I don't know if they're going to switch up their policies behind the scenes. And it happened. That's why I don't. It did happen. I was the face of a company years ago. They switched up management, and that new management came in and scammed people, and it cost all of the people who was connected to me $500,000. And everybody was coming to me. And I was just the person who was the middleman. I was doing this teaching on binary options. And they were paying out very handsomely. And then they switched up management, and it went haywire. And guess what? They disappeared. And all hell fell back on me. I said, never again. Never again. And I had to take responsibility. I didn't hide from people. I had to literally talk and take responsibility. And I was just the person just saying, okay, here's how this market works. Here's how this is. I wasn't even the person trading for them. I never touched them people's account. But since I endorsed the company, I took responsibility to try to help people recoup their funds. But I didn't even have access to that company. That's the power of using your name to endorse companies. Because once they fall out, you are left with the reputational damage. Everybody understand what I'm saying? So please don't ever ask me. Don't email, don't waste your time, because I have nothing to say about it. Nothing. Do your due diligence. Now, if you happen to see a company that I'm using, a broker that I'm using during class, okay, that's cool. That's as far as it's going to go. But you're going to have to make your own choice because this is your livelihood. My job is to come in here and to show you how I look at the charts and the tools that I use to look at the charts. It's up to you if you want to use them. It's up to you what broker you want to use. It's up to you what prop firms you want to use. I'm not putting my name on that. That's why I don't care how big or small the company is. I just don't do it. And that's to protect you guys. So if I ever say anything, it's authentic. You know, I'm coming from a real place. I ain't trying to get paid. I ain't trying to do this and that. This is where I'm coming from. And this is what I'm saying. Because I ain't got no connections. Ain't nobody fluffing up my pockets to try to convince you to say this or that. Type of amen. So everybody's on point with me on this. And then let's move on to the charts. Let's look at some setups. That is why I never done it. And there are some good ones out there who want to do business. I just don't pull the trigger. Okay. All right, let's move on. All right, you guys. So now let's get to the good stuff. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go through some setups. Okay. Here's the next steps. Here's the next phase. We're going to go through some setups. We're going to go through the simplicity system, and we're going to go through the ocean wave system and see what kind of setups you could have made money on, so that if you have one or the other of these systems, or you just don't have any of them, you have your own, at least you'll know, okay, what does it look like? What can I have done? Because there were some great setups where a lot of money could have been made already to this day. Now, I will say up front, matter of fact, let me give you guys your homework. Okay. Let me give you guys your homework. Today, the FOMC or the Feds are going to be making an interest rate announcement, whether they're going to raise interest rates or lower the interest rates or leave them alone. I don't know. There was a hint from one of the Fed people that interest rates, the inflation's numbers are starting to come down because they raised up interest rates, which is why you end up paying inflation. Everything that you purchase had inflated in price. Your rent, your house note, not your house note, because that's locked in with a 30-year mortgage. Hopefully you're locked it in, but your rent, your food, your gas, your clothes, everything you do, inflated like a balloon. Inflation, it inflated. Why? Because they're trying to bring down inflation numbers by raising interest rates. Okay, here's what happens. Typically, no, actually, I'm not going to even tell y'all. We'll deal with that next week. I'm not going to even hint. Okay. Y'all do your own. See, this is part of it. Everybody wants somebody to tell you what no, do your own. So that when you learn this, you'll have it forever. If I tell you about it, it's just a suggestion. But if you see it happening and you documented it, then you'll have this forever in your head, and you'll know from now on, stop playing around when I tell you to leave these markets alone. Unless you're an expert trader who understands how to trade news, you need to step your butt back. So number one, if you're brand new, do not trade today. Okay, the announcement comes out in several hours, so I want you to stay off the charts as far as trading. However, what I do want you to do, there are categories. Watch this. You have AUD, which is for Australia, the Australian dollar. You have the CAD, which is your CAD, Canadian dollar. You have the CHF, which is your Swiss, and I only trade these pairs. Okay, I know there's other exotic pairs, it's cool, but I'm just covering these. You have the Euro. Okay, you have the Euro, EUR. You have the GBP, the Great British Pound. And then you have the NZD, which is the New Zealand dollar. Then you have the USD, which is the US dollar. Then you have gold, and a lot of you guys like trading the indices, which is the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ, the US 30, and the S&P 500. So this is my list of ones that I trade, okay? So whatever ones you trade, that's cool. Make your list. But here's what the homework is, okay? Here's the homework. I want you to have your list in hand or written down. It's only AUD, CAD, Swiss, Euro, GBP, NZD, USD, gold, and the 3 indices. So there's about 11. If you don't trade all those, that's even better. But at least you have 11 things on your list. What I want you to do is once the announcement comes out today, I want you to mark the ones that shot up and I want you to mark the ones that shot down, okay? Based on the announcement. Now, here's 3 ways this announcement's going to go. They can say, watch this, they can say that they're going to raise interest rates, that they're going to lower them, or they're going to leave them alone. Whichever way they say it, document what the reaction of each one of those currency pairs so that in the future, if it ever happens again, you will know exactly which way these things will react. Everybody clear? Everybody clear? Type a yes if you're clear on the homework. If you're not clear, please type no and I will go over it again. This is critically important because so many retail traders trade and they never pay attention to news. But if you begin to pay attention a little bit, you'll begin to see, okay, oh, now I see what he's talking about. For an example, hear me good. Let me go to this chart so y'all can see what happened. Let's go to gold again. I didn't even expect this. Why didn't I expect it? Because I didn't expect a war over the weekend. I didn't expect that. Let me go to a blank chart so y'all can see this. You see this little gap space in between? See, this is a blank chart. Nobody can say, oh, Uncle P manipulating charts with its indicators. No, because this is a blank chart and you still see the same thing. Look at this space in between here. This is what gapped up over the weekend. So we did discuss this gold trade last Wednesday. And the question was, and I think it was from you, Steve, or one of you guys, hey, should you hold the trade or should we, what do you do? And I told you guys, hey, I got in at such a great price and I actually shot YouTube videos. Look at my YouTube videos a couple of days ago. And I told y'all, yeah, I held it, but then when it did that pullback, I did the whole thing. And I told y'all I'll hop back in on the trade. It's right live on the YouTube video that I did the other day. So go to my YouTube channel and you'll see how I played the gold trade. Okay, you'll see. Okay, especially when that news event came out and this thing wicked. You will see it, okay? Step by step. So when it whipped and I hopped back in again, I held the trade and I recorded the video and put it on YouTube for y'all to see my gold play. But I held it knowing it was going to start going back up because I said, I know for darn sure it ain't going to come back down here. No more. It's done down here. But when I held it over the weekend, I had no idea that there was going to be a war. And the price did what? Immediately, what did it do? Did it drop or did it go up? Thank you, Liz. Liz said, I thought gaps were always supposed to fill themselves. See what happens when you're observing charts, not just trying to mark them up and take the next trade. When you begin to learn these markets, which is what that man was saying. He said he already knows why they already know retail traders ain't gonna barely make it. And they're betting against you. They already know you don't do your homework. And here we learn so that we can get out of that group of people who they're thinking, oh, these people ain't nobody. And he's right. Because in this group, we don't do homework. We don't want to take the time to even observe. And yet we want to make the money. So this is your homework. Yes, that was one of the things I used to think too, Liz, that when price gaps up, it's supposed to come back and fill. Obviously, it doesn't work all the time. You see what I'm saying? Here, a prime example. See, where did I get that concept from? Oh, I just heard it from a YouTube video. But in reality, is that always the truth? No, not always. Now, it happens most of the time, to be honest. Yes, most of the time it does. But in reality, it doesn't. Why? Because the factor that caused the gap has not resolved itself, called the war. Type 7 in the box if y'all hear what I'm saying. This is why I'm opening my doors to teach you guys, because ain't nobody around here teaching this. They tell you these techniques, but they never tell you why. The price gapped up over the weekend for a reason. Now, if the problem resolved itself, then yes, typically, then it will try to auto-correct itself because it was just a small little situation. It will correct itself. But if the problem consists and keeps on going, there's no incentive for it to be corrected. In other words, people are still panicking because of the war and its effect on the economies. So the first thing they did was jump to gold. Security, call security, to call security. The war is still going. Ain't nothing secure yet. So guess what? While everybody else was sitting up there saying, oh yeah, price gonna feel itself. And they started selling. Who does that? Professionals or the retail traders? Type. Yes, I know, Steve. Yeah, they pay for this kind of education. Man, that's a whole different thing. They'll give, if I had, shut up, Pat, just leave it alone. Don't even get into that. Let's move on. Steve, you're going to have me off onto another rant. So do the professionals, I'm going to ask this question again, and then I'm going to show you this chart where you could have caught it. You would have seen it, okay? Hey, Steve, you're trying to get me in trouble. Well, I wanted to say something more, but let me leave that alone. All right. The point is, the average retail trader has these YouTube concepts without thoroughly doing their due diligence. So all the retailers were selling, saying the gap needs to be filled, and the price shot up and they blew their accounts. Do you see what I'm saying? This is why you can't go by them overnight strategies, and then you don't even test the strategy to see if it's real, and you using a live account on it? Are you crazy? The problem that originated the gap needs to be resolved first. And the war's still going. It's affecting over in that region, oil. So your homework is to understand what is impacting these currencies. For an example, as soon as the war broke out over the weekend, gold shot up, the AUD made moves, the CAD made moves. Why? Most retail traders have no idea. They don't know. Price action is king. I've been teaching you guys, no, price action is not king, and it should never have been called price action. It should have always been called action on price, because you take action on the price when things happen. And what is the action? You don't know. You're left in the dark. That's why the average retail trader don't make it, because they don't do due diligence. What happened was gold, which is also affected by the AUD. No wonder the AUD went a little berserk. CAD has to do with oil, which is up in that region. No wonder the CAD went a little berserk as soon as the noise of the war went out. Or you guys see what I'm saying? Gold, what did it do? Shot right on up. Why? The moment there's a panic in the world, people want to buy gold. Safe haven. Buy gold, buy gold. It was selling off. Are you guys understanding what I'm teaching you here? This is why you show up every week. You never know what we're going to be learning up in here. You show up so that if you really want to do this for a living, you show up. It don't cost you nothing to show up. Type a 13 in the box if you hear what I'm saying. You show up. Stop going off these YouTube. I post YouTube videos. Yes, I do them too, but I back it up by giving you some education so you'll know exactly what's going on. In almost every video I do, I don't send you screenshots and just scroll some screenshots of, oh, look at the trades I took. How do you know if I was the one who took them? You can grab them screenshots from anywhere. That's why I show you my trades while I'm still in them, so that you can duplicate what I'm doing. Because you need education. What did he see? What convinced him that this was a good setup? Not just a screenshot. Oh, look at how much money I made. Okay, that's cool. How do you know that was my screenshots? Okay, so again, now you understand, first off, that gaps need to be filled if the problem that caused the gap was resolved. Number two, let's go to a chart where you could have saw this. I'm going to go to my ocean wave. What do you see? What do you see with your eyes? Look at the ocean wave. What did it tell you to do? Did it tell you that gold was done buying? Or did it say it was still going? Type. Was it still going or was it supposed to stop? Go or stop. Type. You see it. Who can't see that? The average retail trader who's trying to be cheap. You don't mind blowing accounts, but you hate to pay for some real tools. It's your crazy self. Cheap as hell. Lord forgive me, but they are cheap as hell. Don't want to pay for no education. Don't want to pay for proper tools. But you want to bring your bootleg strategy that you picked up over the weekend off a YouTube video because somebody flashed you a picture of some screenshots and some rented cars, which, by the way, some of them, that's what they do. They rent cars. They rent these places, and you believe it's theirs. And you took their strategy, and you gave the market another $500 because you couldn't see it. And you thought, oh, yeah, well, let me use this gap strategy. And clearly, this is telling you it wasn't a gap. We still going. Type of 10, if you know I'm telling the TRUTH. I know the truth hurts, but baby, you got to hear from somebody. Because you and your family suffering with your foolishness. Because you giving more money to these markets, blowing accounts left and right instead of just doing the right thing in the first place. Get the tool. If that's like a bootleg mechanic, you say, hey, I got a transmission issue and the fool gonna come out with some Gorilla Tape. Stuff. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, that is some good stuff. And you wonder why, watch this, and I'm just being honest, and we're going to get to some more setups because I do want to go through a list of setups so that, and then get to the question. But watch, let me show you this. Y'all didn't pick up on this. You wonder why this man who runs prop firms and been in the markets for years, what did he tell you about A book people and B books? He said the average retail trader, they don't trust you. So they B book you. They're trading on the other side until they can trust you. Why? Because do you guys know that some prop firms, which you probably didn't read their rules, do you know that some prop firms and other people have indicators that will take a retail trader's trade and whatever trade you took, the EA, the robot actually automatically takes the trade the opposite direction. Did you know that? Because they already expected it. Whatever you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. So you're going to lose about 90% of your trades. And if you lose 90% of your trades, then guess what? That means we won 90 of them. Because you only write about 10%. Isn't that amazing? Hey, that's what they think of you. And are they right? Let me use the gap strategy. I saw confused. I know what you're saying, but I'm gonna use a gap strategy, and they just gapped your money. Jesus, it's hilarious, but it ain't funny. Why? Because I used to be stupid like that too. Just stupid. Just downright stupid. Didn't know no better. Just foolish. And meanwhile, here it was, just telling you the whole time, if you don't leave this thing alone, even if you don't get into the trade, at least don't mess with it, because look what happens. This is what professionals saw. They knew it wasn't over because the war is not over. It's just getting started and nobody knows how long it's going to last. So it was telling you, no, keep going, baby, keep going. You thought you had a strategy. Stop it. You heard what they think of you. Let me go back to this charts and let's move on. I'm rebuking you as your coach. I love you. And I know I'm not for everybody. Praise God. I know for sure I'm not for everybody. I get it. But the truth of the matter is, some of you guys, you really need a wake up call from somebody, because you're just constantly feeding your account week after week after week, and it's destroying you mentally and emotionally. It's running you ragged, causing you to be depressed and everything else, and nobody says anything about it. And it's not for lack of not trying. It's just that nobody's giving you proper guidance on what you're supposed to be trying. So for here on out, anybody who's been using that weekend gap, the gap theory, which they also try to figure that out in the stock market, you can do it, but I'm just telling you, sometimes it's not going to work unless the underlying problem has been resolved. And that requires you to actually research what you're about to trade to see if the original issue has been resolved. If not, then don't mess with it. Everybody good? Let's move on to something else. I'm just trying to help. All right. So this is exactly why your homework today is going to be whatever the announcement is on the news concerning the Fed interest rates. Document next to each one of your pairs, especially if you have what's called your favorite pair. Okay. If you have your favorite pair, you want to know what is its reaction. Now, number 2 of your homework, how long do the reaction last? Because sometimes you're jumping in and saying, okay, I see the spike. And I like to play those too. So I'm guilty of it. But I've learned, don't be in a hurry to jump into those spikes too quick. Because sometimes, depending on what's said, that spike, just like this gold gap, the spike may continue longer than just a 15 minute, 10 minutes, whatever. It can go for an hour or two, or it could even spill over to the next trading session, which is going to be coming up, the AUD and the JPYs. Why? Because, and when the announcement comes out, it's going to be after the Euro market close, the Frankfurt market close, the AUD market close, and the JPY market close. All those markets have the possibility of opening up and them reacting as well. So you're really not sure on a big announcement like this. Smaller announcements is cool, but a big announcement like this, one of the biggest every month that comes out, the FOMC Fed announcement, you don't want to really play around, okay? Yes, correct, Steve. Like you said, not only do they do the announcement, then 30 minutes later, they have the conference or a meeting where they speak to the press sometimes about it. And here's what is important about that. Sometimes they may tell you, okay, the announcement has come out. But when they go to the press, they also lean toward what is going to happen in the future. And that may carry more weight than the actual announcement itself. You just don't know. So it's just good to hang back, document, and observe what you see. Okay? If you agree to that, please type a 60 in the box so I know that everybody's on the same page and understand what the homework assignment is. Told you come to class. This is good stuff. Okay. All right. Let me make sure I went through that. Okay. Now, last but not least, we're going to get into just going through. Here's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to go through setups, and I'm going to ask you to type in the box, would you have taken this trade, yes or no? Okay. And then we'll open it up for question and answer, and then we'll be done for today. Okay. So let me start with the simplicity because it is midweek reversal. Okay, midweek reversal time. And so we did discuss this trade last week, and as you can see, it was extremely profitable, okay, very profitable. If you would have just took this one trade and left it alone, guess what? You would already have passed the prop firm challenge. That's the power of having a larger account with prop firms, because you could have took this trade with 3 standards on gold, and you would have passed it. Because look, this one trade, let's say for a $100,000 prop firm account, make sure you're listening to me. To pass a $100,000 prop firm account, they want you to pass it with a 10%. Now, it just depends. Some prop firms now offer a 1-phase challenge, and some still have the old school 2-phase challenge. If you're dealing with someone who wants the 1-phase or 2-phase, either way it goes, you could have took this one trade and passed either one of them. And you would have been clear with 1 phase. 1 trade, 1 phase, already in the books, because you could have took 3 standards. It made 1450 grand, 15,000. But the truth of the matter is you only needed 10 to pass the phase. So you could have took 1 trade and passed the phase in a week. Everybody get that? Type. Yes, yes, yes. Please type yes, yes, yes if you understood what I said. You don't have to trade a lot. That one trade from our class last week until today, you've already would have passed it. One trade. So when you see certain people on YouTube talking about, yeah, I passed the prop firm, but one trade, you see, you could have did it too. Okay. It's nothing that they're doing that you couldn't do. It's not magical. Stop idolizing these people. They're nothing special. Okay. All right. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to start with my sexy simplicity system, and we're going to see if we spot some setups that we could have taken this week. And then we're going to flip over to the ocean wave and see what trades you could have taken. And then out of that, we're going to see which one would have offered us more opportunities so that you'll know, okay, should I lean more towards this or should I lean more towards this style? And it's not the indicators themselves. If you want them, you know how to get them. For this one, go to superezforex.com and you can purchase this one. If you want the ocean wave, that's that. If you have your own thing, that's cool too. I don't really care. I'm just saying which style, reversals or trend trading strategies, which ones offered more opportunities for me this week. And I think moving forward every week, I think this is the best way of going about it to show you guys similarities where number one, if we spot setups, we can look at them together as a group. But number two, you're also learning, okay, which style is going to offer me more opportunities. If I'm a high frequency trader, meaning I like to trade a lot, then this is me. If I'm a person who likes to trade just a few times a week, then this is me. At least you'll begin to identify what to look for on the charts from my perspective. You have to develop your own, but from my perspective, what is Uncle PC and which one works better for me? Okay. Is that fair? Everybody type 110 in the box if that's fair. And I think moving forward, I'm going to start doing that just to make sure that, you know, we can grow together as a group. And again, whatever trading system floats your boat, that's fine. If you got your own, that's cool. I ain't even tripping. It's not about that. It's just learning the market's movements and where I fit in with my style. Okay, good. Now, let's go. So number one, for those who are new, midweek, I like to look for reversals. Okay, so let's go through it. Those who've been with me for a while, I'm just going to click through. And so far, I don't see anything that looks that tasty. Okay, that would have caught my attention this morning for the 415. Now, this one could be a possible reversal of the trend, but it's not a 415er, so I'll keep it moving. This trade, I make absolute certain, document this, watch when we get to the other side. Swiss JPY. Okay, this is why it's dangerous calling tops and bottoms without having everything line up. You'll see. Okay, so far, I'm looking for my 415 setup, and I'll explain that. Okay, here we had one where you could have taken this one this week. Let me see. Let's drop down. I'm going to go to the 30-minute, and I'm going to hit Control Y. Okay, so that was here. So that was yesterday's activity. Here's today's activity. All right, so let's go to the 1 hour. See if this one, yes, you could have caught this one this week. All right, so here we go. So hit Control Y. For those who are new and don't know what I'm talking about, or you don't have this system, what we're looking for with the 415 strategy is simply, and I've done years of videos with this, so you should, even if you don't have this, you'll know what at least I'm looking for with my system. If you have something different, that's cool. But with the simplicity, it comes with our zones, okay? And as you can see, it's tap dancing off the bottom of the what time frame? 4 hour zones. 4 hour zones. I know a lot of people like to trade the daily and weeklies, and that's cool. And nothing, if you have your style, nothing against it at all. More power to Uncle P likes to use the 4 hour. That's my favorite. Okay. So look, it did. And by the way, if you are a market maker method person, type a 1 in the box. I'm going to mark this up. You should have seen this from the 4 hour perspective. I ain't the only one. I told you I spent about 3-4 years studying market makers method. Raw dog. 3-4 years straight. Still got frustrated. Now I can spot it just like that. That's crazy. After I said no more and I developed my own trading systems, now I can see it with I can see it just like that. So you can see here's that double bottom. That's another way of you guys call it, the double bottoms, double tops. You can see that W pattern. Okay, I call it the Mark Williams. Why? Because I have a brother-in-law who's a doctor, and his name is Mark Williams. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna call it the Mark Williams. Why? Because when it's a double top, it creates an M shape. When it's a bottom, it creates a W, and I call it the Mark Williams. Okay, so here we go. We have it here, came up, retested the bottom. When it came here, all we do is drop to the 15-minute, and we wait for an arrow, which I didn't see one here. We should have gotten one there. Did we get one on the 30? Yep. Oh, okay. What happened was it just said, okay, it went up and it was saying, nope, it's still legit. And so therefore, there we go. Let's go to the 15-minute. So this one said, hey, hang on to it. Hang on, hang on, hang on. And it did. So there we go. So this one came in way early on the first leg. It told you, hey, here you go. So you could have just closed out on the first leg when it went up this way. And that was 77 pips, which is what I would have did, take your money and run. But when it came back and retested, it didn't give you a new arrow because it said, no, this one is still valid. And sure enough, there it was. Okay, so that would have been a good one for you that you could have made some money on this week for at least 70 something pips. Okay, all I'm looking for to catch my attention is double taps off the bottom. Okay, all right, let's go to the next. Let's keep going. I'm looking for taps off the top or taps off the bottom. Let's keep going. And let me shrink this just a little bit. Okay, I see this one here, but that ain't a double bottom. Again, you can take it. It is retesting from the 1 hour's perspective. I see it. But from the 4 hour, it's not at the bottom of the zone. It is testing the trend lines of the sexy analyst. So if you want to take that one as an option of looking at, reviewing it for yourself as a potential, this one is doing a pullback and a D shape or the double bottom, you can see it, off the trend lines of the sexy analyst, which is another way you can do it. Okay, it's not a pure 415er, but it is an opportunity. So that could be something if it wasn't for news that I would observe. Type of 3 in the box if y'all understood what I just said. This one is not double testing bottoms. This one is retesting the trend lines. So yes, I may put that on my possibility list if it wasn't for news. Okay, let's keep looking. Okay, this one I did take advantage of right here. And this one was exactly like the Euro NZD. This one, the GBP NZD, is the one I took earlier. I just didn't record a video on it. But yes, I did take advantage of this one. How many candles need to touch the bottom before it's legit to catch my attention? Those who have this system, how many? 2 or more. You got it. There you go. And I've seen this retest right here. Shrink this down. See, it came back and retested the same level. And so I took it on the second leg and took it on the way up, and I took my money and ran. And that was the other day. I closed out too early, to be honest, but you know, I did what I did. It is what it is, but it was still a good play. All right, so that was a good winner. So for those who are new, can you see these? Once this constantly bouncing off the bottom of this zone and not breaking through, do you see why we pay attention to it? Type a yes if you see that. Hold on 1 second, by the way. Okay, if you're in the YouTube group, type a yes if you see it. I know you're on a 10-second delay, but I want to make sure you guys are seeing this. This is catching my attention. If I'm going to be a reversal trader, meaning you trade supply and demand zones, support and resistance, trend line trade, all those things, you're looking for a bounce in the opposite direction. And that means you're a reversal trader. Okay. I told you guys it's 2 categories in the trading family. You have trend traders and you have reversal traders. Know which one you are and don't fool yourself into thinking you're something different. This is who you are. This is your identity. If that's the case, here's what you should be looking for. Okay. All right, let's move on. I'm going to keep going. A lot of these, they did not catch my attention, so there was no reason to be on these charts all day. marking up charts and no, if it ain't fitting, then I'm quitting. Okay. I don't see too much. See? Nope. Nope. See how few there was this week? And that tells you, watch this, very important. Stop trying to trade all the time. My gosh, I can't say that enough. You see how many opportunities there were? Some weeks there's going to be a lot of opportunities. Some weeks it's only just a few. Some weeks there ain't none if you're going to be this style of a trader. So if this is your style, stop. You're harming your account because you're trying to force trades when there ain't legitimate trades in place. As a group, type how many you saw. I just went through all my list of the currency pairs. How many did we actually see that were legitimate this week? Type. Come on now, I need y'all talking to me. How many? This is reality. I'm trying to help you. Y'all are correct. About 2, 3, maybe 4 at the most. It wasn't many. So, come on, Jesus. Lord have mercy. If there wasn't that many, as a reversal trader, ask yourself how many trades you took this week. And based on us going step by step in here, how many of those were actually legitimate? And could this be the reason why you keep blowing up accounts? Because there's really not, there was not a legitimate amount in there, and you still trading. You were still trading, trying to force trades, and there were not a legitimate amount. Come on. Don't check out on me now. I don't like that Uncle P dude. Who he think he is? He always talking. Why he so loud anyway? Who he think he is? I ain't nobody special, but I'm just a brother who loves you enough to tell you this is the same stuff I was doing. Because nobody was teaching me nothing like this. And I'm just trading 20, 30, 40 trades at the end of the week. I'm more tired than I was at the job. The job didn't wear me out like this did. Why? Because at the job, it didn't include emotions. It just included do your routine. This has my dreams attached. And every time I blow an account, my mind is blown. My heart is blown. I'm sad. I'm brokenhearted. Because I thought this week would be the best week. This is going to be my week. You rub your hands together and you come out collapsed and sad at every Friday, exhausted and angry. Everybody else want to celebrate. Oh, it's the weekend. It's the weekend. You're so exhausted and pissed that you have nothing to show for it until you're angry. You're trying to contain your Hulk that's built up on the inside. It's so much anger and resentment and this and that about what happened to you in this market. And come on now, I know I ain't the only one. Type of 500 in the box if I'm not the only one. Come on now, this is the truth of a real trader. Talk to me, come on, don't you sit there and try to leave me by myself. This is real. This is real. Because it's not just trading, it is your dreams attached of financial freedom. And when every week keeps going by and stuff don't work for you, your dream keeps going further and further away from you. Now, you haven't given up because you keep replenishing your account and then you spend all weekend long marking up your charts, looking at people's YouTube videos, only to keep getting decimated week after week, month after month, to the point you don't even believe it no more. Yes, thank you so much. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. That's in the scripture. I told you, you don't have to believe in that Bible if you don't want to, but that Bible got some truth. The Bible says hope deferred. Thank you, Steve, for that. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. Your heart is sick because of these markets. And nobody says nothing to you. I played that video not only for you to get knowledge of what these bigger people think of how to run their business, but also so you can get an insider knowledge of what these big institutions really think of you. And you keep pretending like it don't exist. They are marketing around knowing that it exists. I told you last week they know you better than you. I told you. And you don't want to hear the raw dog truth. You know what I mean? People angry and don't like me because I told them the truth. I'm not trying to shatter your dreams. I'm trying to help you get there, but it requires you to change your mind about how you're approaching these markets and how you're doing your business. And you hard-headed and won't listen. And you get mad at me, write bad reviews about me, and I'm the one helping you. This is what people do. But that's okay, because I'm going to keep on doing, because I don't want you locked in the prison that I was locked in for many years. This thing had me imprisoned because I was doing the same thing and nobody said nothing to me. Now, the truth is, this week, and here's the praise God moment. Praise God that we're doing this as a group, because I think it's going to be very beneficial moving forward every week for us to go through the charts together using both styles, a trend trading style and a reversal style. There's benefits in both. So I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm saying find your groove and then know what you need to be looking for. But the truth of the matter is, this is a fine example of what I'm saying. There weren't too many opportunities this week for you if you're a reversal trader. What is a reversal trader again? Write this down. Right. If you like to trade supply and demand zones, support and resistance levels, trend lines, and anything under that umbrella, you are a reversal trader. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Don't try to sweeten the deal. Oh, I trade order blocks. I trade. They got all these different names. It's the same thing. You're waiting for it to hit a certain place and then bounce off of there. You are a reversal trader. When I bounce a ball, I push it to the ground, but I'm expecting it to reverse back up to my hand so we can keep this process going. I push it down, you reverse it back up. I push it down, you reverse it back up. Now, you can be cute like they do in society of, well, let me rename this thing to make it have a different, it's the same. In your mind, you can fluff these words and play with words and convince yourself that it's something because you chose to switch the word. You can change any word you want, but it won't change what it is, baby. It's the truth, especially up in these markets. As you can see, these people don't play around with you. They know you. And you keep stuffing money into these trading accounts and you're not ready for trading live accounts. You refuse and mock people who even take time to go in a demo account, but you keep going into a live account and never did a withdrawal, and you got all these statements of what you want to say. And then when things don't work out, you get pissed and want to go start doing reviews. Keep on doing your routine until you accept responsibility and say, you know what? He's right. The markets just don't agree with me today. And that's all it is, baby. Ain't no right or wrong. Ain't nobody trying to get, it's just that your style, you have to wait when the markets is ready to be in agreement with you. And to take ownership means I have been jumping the gun. Oh God, this is good, Jesus. Type a 675 in the box if I'm telling you the truth. There's a reason why people don't come down to the level of retail traders. They don't care about us. They profit off of us. Why would they teach us to do something different when they're highly profitable off of our foolishness? I told you guys last week, the Bible says, when the Bible talks about light and darkness, it is not meaning the light switch or the sunlight and the moon. Darkness means lack of knowledge. Satan takes advantage. He's the prince of darkness. That's what the Bible says. Satan is the prince of darkness. That means he controls the world of ignorant people. And he's not the only one. You heard it right out of the mouth of a person who runs a big firm. And this person, I respect him because he's not against you. He's one who's trying to tell you the truth about what the big firms actually think of you. They know you don't know what you're doing. You're in the dark. Lack of knowledge. Dark equals lack of knowledge. That's why when you hear the term, oh, I've been enlightened, what does that mean? I'm no longer ignorant. I have knowledge. You either have lack of knowledge or you have knowledge. When you have knowledge, you don't keep making these same mistakes, jumping in too early. I don't even want to think about reversal trading until at least Tuesday and mainly Wednesday. It don't even cross my mind no more. It used to cross my mind on Sunday every week for years. Now, I don't even want to hear it. Uncle P, what do you think about this setup? I don't think nothing. Because I know the market ain't in agreement with it right now. Yes, Eloy, my people are destroyed, not because of the war, not because of being poor. The Bible said, God said, my people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. You don't know something, you in the dark. And because of your lack of knowledge, that is why you're suffering the consequences of being poor, this or that. It's what you don't know that's killing you. And what makes it worse, and this is why I quickly disconnect from people, it's because when I realize I'm talking to a person, and I know you don't know what you're talking about, it seems like the people who don't know what they're talking about do most of the talking. They always got something to say. And they don't know jack. Shut the hell up. I was listening to, I'm sorry, Lord, forgive me. I was listening to, let me get to the other side of the church. Then we're going to go into trend trace, and now I'm going to take a question. I'm going to stop before I get myself in trouble with Jesus. But boy, I was listening to this comedian the other day. Oh my God, I cried laughing. He said, man, women, y'all need to understand, a man only wants two things for his birthday. He said, y'all keep buying us these ties and these suits and this and that. He said, we hate your gifts. He said, there's really two things we want. He said, one is some head. That's what he said. It was hilarious how he explained it. Oh my God, it was funny. And he said, number two, he said, just give us a deck of cards. And on them cards, it's written, shut the hell up. He said, when she started talking, he said, just give her a card. Shut the hell up. Just like, that was funny how you explained it. So here's the point. Ignorant people are the main ones who want to sit there and give you advice and then turn around and borrow. Can you loan me $5? Are you crazy? And you're listening to them. Watch this. Let me bless you one more time, and then let's get to the other side of the charts for twin traders. And this is real. I'm trying to entertain you, but I'm telling you the truth at the same time. I'm laughing, but it ain't funny. Because for some of you guys, your dreams have been put. You really put your heart into this. And I'm trying not to drop a tear because this is real. I'm being funny, but it's for a reason. I'm keeping you entertained so that you'll at least take the time to hear what I'm telling you and don't just disregard me and throw me away like a piece of trash like you're doing it because I'm telling you the truth, because I just won't hurry up and just go to a strategy like everybody else doing. That's why a lot of people don't want to rock with me, and I get it. That's cool. Keep doing you. They don't want me doing this part of it. They want me to go to the charts, just talk about, and I had people who told me that. I don't come to your class because you don't talk about charts, but yet you willing to keep blowing week after week these accounts. And when I'm telling you the truth, you want to disconnect from me. And that's fine. That's your choice. But for the few who are willing to hear me, my heart cries for you. So I say things with entertainment, but I promise you, baby, they ain't funny. For real, because you are hurting, because you really came here with excitement and you standing at the door of quitting or with a heart full of disappointment. This thing has broken you. And you're asking yourself, what's wrong with me? See, it's no longer the charts. Now it's personal. And then these people who runs these big firms, they know you. And they're all capitalizing on your darkness. What is darkness? Lack of knowledge. They know you don't know what you're doing. Did you hear what he said? He said, these major prop firms, they know some people there, yeah, I'll pass you with one trade. Yeah, you lucked up once, but they know, it ain't gonna last long. Why? Because they know you're still in the dark. You're just a one-trick wonder. You like some of these singers who come out with a hot album, but they just a one-hit wonder. That's where that term comes from, a one-hit wonder. They had one quick song that was popping, but they never came back and could duplicate it again. So their career was over after one song. And that's you. But they know you're thirsty to make money, so you're going to keep coming back. Like some old crackhead, you're going to keep coming back to this drug. Like some old gambling addict, you're going to keep coming back to this drug. Like a person addicted to sugar, that's my problem. You're going to keep coming back. You're going to say you don't want no more, but I know you. Just give you a little bit of time. You're going to keep coming back. They know it. And I'm trying to break that addiction so that, yes, you can do it, but let's do it right. So when you do it, you'll turn this whole thing around on them and they'd be like, oh, we need to put this person in an A book. Remember he said B books? Retail traders are in the B books. They don't expect much from you. A book people are who consistently make profits. Now, do you want to be a B book or an A book? You choose. You. Everybody hear what I'm saying? Type a yes in the box if you hear what I'm saying. Because your heart is broken. Your dreams are shattered. You keep playing around with this market, but in your heart, truth is you don't think it's real anymore. It's just nothing more than a video game to you. It's just something to do. Every time you lose a trade, you lose your mind. People in the house living with you, it's hard to live with you now. Because your internal suffering from this trading market is affecting your outer world with your family and friends and your children and your dog and anybody else who's centered around you. It's affecting your work habits because you're sick. You're sick of losing. You're sick of trading. You're sick of these charts, but you can't quit. Because you're thinking one day, but you ain't willing to learn the difference that will make a difference to make that one day actually happen. How do I know? It happened to me for years, and I suffered in silence. And I had nowhere to go and nobody to talk to about it. These markets broke me. And it was happening at the lowest part of my life when I had already went through a Job experience. And then this happened to me. That's why I'm very blunt with you. Type of 75 if you hear every word I'm telling you. This is your uncle who loves and cares for you. This is real talk. This is market psychology. The damage this market does to your psychology. That is market psychology. That is trading in your zone. And yet I ain't heard a book about it. So screw them people. Up in here, we tell the truth. So you can be free. Like the Bible says, the truth shall set you free if you accept it. So the first thing we're going to learn today in this class is, number one, we know what the big institutions think about us, but we're going to tell them kiss both of our cheeks because you're going to start paying me up. All that suffering I went through, you about to pay me. How? Because I'm not going to be ignorant no more. Uncle P, he showed me the truth. I see the light. Yes, I am a reversal trader, and he is so right. It wasn't even that many trades. And yet, if I look at my trading history for this week, I only took about 20, 30 trades. No wonder I'm tired. He's right. And y'all banking on me doing this week in and week out. Stupid me, but no more. Why? Because the light is on. Now I see me. You're right. It wasn't even that many trades. So I had no business even trying to take that many trades this week. Type of amen in the box. I'm telling you. Come on, praise God. Come on. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. You had no business taking that many trades because it wasn't even that many opportunities. Now you see it for yourself. And we're not going to do that anymore. Let's stop giving them our money. If you are a reversal trader, the earliest you should even think about looking at charts, whether you mark them up yourself, have my trader system or something else, don't even think about looking at these charts until at least Tuesday. Primarily, most of the time, it's going to happen on a Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. You're a second half of the week trader. Type that in. I'm a second half of the week trader. I'm going much longer than I should have on this class, but it's pertinent and necessary. If you're that person, supply and demand zone, support and resistance levels, trend line traders, and all those things, any type of trading strategy that look for a bounce or a reversal, you are a second half of the week trader. Well, does that mean that certain opportunities may present themselves early in the week? Yeah, you'll have some one-offs, but normally I should not be a first half of the week trader. I should be a second half of the week trader. Number two, as you can see, there may not be as many trades available, so I shouldn't be taking 20, 30 trades a week. Stop. Because it doesn't even exist. I'm making it up in my mind. But in reality, it doesn't exist. Stop it. Now, let's move on. Trend traders. Now we're switching hats. Hold on. Switching hats. Trend traders. Type of 16 in the box if you're a trend trader. Specifically, if you have the ocean wave system, type of 16 in the box, trend traders, type. This is for you. Okay. I'm going to go through the same exact pairs, and you tell me how many setups you could have taken advantage of this week. Okay. I'm going through the AUD. Oh, boy. Okay. Look at this one. This was jumping around, but that was 18 of them so far. Okay. Thank you. I see you, Shane. I see you, Shane, in there. Cool. Let's keep going. Look at that. Still smooth selling down. Okay. This one's starting. Oh, my. Look at them arrows. Ooh. Oh. Boy, you knocked me out. Outstanding. I ain't even went far. How many so far? And I only went through just what? 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs. How many y'all seen so far? How many? Type. Y'all all right? Here you go. All right. I'm going to the AUD. Outstanding. All right, here we go. We're going to keep going. All right, now here's one. Let's go to 30-minute. See how that's slow rolling? Look at this down here. Look. Look. All right, remember I told y'all, oh, this is the one. Remember I told y'all we're going to go to the Swiss. Here's the danger of reversal trading. Now, this wasn't the 415, so you shouldn't have been in the first place. But here's what I'm talking about. Somebody marked up their chart, and look what happened. See how it broke through? Price action broke through? Y'all see that? See how I just completely disrespected the trend lines? See, when forces are powerful behind the scenes with these currencies, they don't always respect supply and demand zone, support and resistance, and trend lines, because there are forces behind the scenes pushing these currencies when there's a crisis in the world, okay? Everybody see what I'm saying? And the Swiss is one of those currencies. That's why I always for years told you guys the Swiss is a sneaky currency. It will make moves and you don't even know what happened until now. Look at that. You could have rolled this horsey. Look at this. I told y'all, watch this one. That was 142 pips. I'm going to hit Control Y. How many days? Day 1, day 2, day 3, 4 days. 4 days. Could have held that thing. And at what point did it tell you to get out of it? That's about 136 pips. Look at this. At what day did it tell you to get out? MACD says stay in. Arrow says stay in. Look at that. Oh! Okay, let's keep going. Oh, goodness gracious. Just imagine. 78 so far on that one. Look at this. See? Look at this. Roll it, roll it, roll it, and then it pops. This told you what to do. I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going. Okay. Now that one was ugly. It popped up on us. Okay. See, that one popped up. Why? Midweek. This is why you check midweek. Euro AUD. This is why I've told you on your checklist. Now this one, it just popped up, which is okay. That's fine. It just popped up. So that one would have been a little ranch or a little ratchet. Okay. We'll call that one ratchet. Okay. At the beginning of the arrow, it did go down and retested and you still made profit. Okay. Potentially, maybe. Just a few pips, no. So that one would have been a no good. All right. So that one would have been it. We got one that didn't look good, that didn't work out. Okay. All right. This one, you still would have been riding it. This one, look at this, fresh one. Look at that. Oh. I'm gonna quit playing. Okay. All right. Wherever the arrow is the actual entry. Okay. Wherever the arrow is, because these arrows up here, they don't repaint. When you see them, that's just where they are. Okay. So that's that. Okay. So this is one. I'm gonna hit Control Y. I see you, Steve. So if I hit Control Y, that means this one here. Yeah, no worries. So if this one here, that means this is a trade you could have gotten in this morning. And so far to this peak, you would have been up 36 pips. And you can see this told you, yes, get in it, get the money. MACD was above, which is what we expected. So everything lined up perfectly. So this is a live trade that you could have taken this morning for 36 quick pippers. Okay. So yes, thank you very much for that question, Steve. Right on. All right, let's keep going. Look at this. Okay, another pop-up. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. I'm just going down the line. Okay, now we have another ugly. Now this one, this is why, okay, I know why this one happened. Okay, at the initial set of this one, you could have rolled this down for 131 pips on this first one. When the second one came in, yes, you would have lost on this one. Yes. Why? Because I told you guys during what day do you double check? It's on your checklist. What day did I tell you to double check? When you checking for 415s with the simplicity system, what day? Thank you, Steve. Tuesdays. Let's go to the simplicity system. This is why I didn't take that arrow. What do you see right here? This is that trade I told y'all I took. See, here it is. You can see the difference. Mid-week. You see that? Mid-week. So it stopped and it popped. That's why you double check your flight check plan before you take a trade. Do y'all see what I'm saying here? So out of all the trend trades so far, and I haven't even completed the list, how many out of all of these, and we're like, what, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We on pair number 18. Out of 18 pairs, how many of them would have lost? How many? Thank you. 2. But out of those 2, how many actually would you have lost if you used the flight check plan? Thank you, Sonia. Only 1. Out of 18 pairs, you would have only lost 1. Because you double checked during midweek to say, hey, let me double check and see if it's hitting a double bottom. If you would have checked, this one would not. The GBP NZD, I repeat, it would not have been a loss because you would have been checking this thing like I told you to do. You would have checked it first and said, oh, I see, but I think I'm gonna leave this one alone. And I'll go to something else. And can you see we're already 18 pairs in, and this is one that you would not have lost. You would have simply either did the reversal trade like I did, if you had this system or some form of a reversal trade, or you just would have bypassed this one altogether. So out of 18 pairs, actually, it would have been 17-1 so far this week. 17-1. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Now we up to GCAD. I love them CAD pairs. Golly, I love the CADs. Love them. Look at this. Love it. All you had to do is check your moneymaker. This was a clear half and half. Let's keep going. G Swiss. Okay, now this one is saying down, 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 baby. I'll go ahead and check the higher time frames. All right, here's the question on this one. I'm gonna go here. Do I like this pair or not? This is a good one. Do I like it? Yes or no? Even though it's a trend trade. Do I like it? Yes or no? Come on, type. I only see 2 people typing now. Come on now. If I can give this class for free and spend this much time with y'all, respond. Tell me something. Make some noise. Tell me something. Come on now. Do I like this pair? Yes or no? The answer is unequivocally, absolutely, heck no. Absolutely not. You too wild. Look at all this cat scratching you got going on. You're not smooth. Let me go to GCAD. Look at how, I mean, that's butt cheek smooth. You understand what I'm saying? This is just sexy. Oh, this is just, see, I can take this trade and comfortably, which literally, I'm not lying. Let me tell y'all, let me be honest with y'all. You want to know how much I'm dedicated to your success? You want to hear? My daughter and my 3 grandboys are here from out of town. We hung out at Disney and Universal for the last several days. Today, I went to go meet with them because I knew I had to be here to help you. I can't be more dedicated to your success than you. So if you want to be half-hearted in your efforts, then fine, don't come back. But I could be gone helping and spending time with them. They flew out of town to be here. And yesterday was my grandson's birthdays. They're twins. But I said, no, y'all go ahead. I'm gonna hang back. I'm gonna teach I'm not missing my class because I want to teach. I want to help you. I can't be more dedicated to your success than you. So whether you like me or not, guess what? You all, I'm the only thing you got. I don't know nobody else who's doing this and who's really dedicated to make sure you don't go through the suffering that they went through. They flashing all their cars and their money, but they ain't showing you the suffering they went through. They act like it never existed. That sickens me. Now they're high and mighty and they don't want to reach back and help nobody else. They know what it's like to be down. And all they do is show off what they got. How does that help you? I can start doing flash and dash and hold bundles of money. I can do all that too, but how's that going to help you? Because you don't know what to look for so that you can get a change of life. I'm here to bless you. Because I know what it's like. So again, if you want to know what does Uncle P I don't care. I'm very picky, very, very picky. I got a certain style of woman I like. And I don't care how cute you are. I'm looking for a sexy personality. You can be sexy on the outside. Trust me, at them theme parks, there's beautiful people everywhere. Handsome men and beautiful women everywhere. Pick your flavor, whatever you like. But when you get with them, they got nasty attitudes. And then you end up breaking up with them anyway. Not because they wasn't sexy on the outside, because they was ugly on the inside. I'm very picky. And I want to do the same thing. So guess what? Just because you showing me an arrow, you ugly. Look at this this is ratchet. So I don't jump into every pair. That's why I don't have a favorite pair. If you ain't smooth and I can't trust you, Because some of my trades I was in those trades while I was at the theme park yesterday. Because I know I can trust them. Look at how smooth this is. Look at this raggedy mess. Boy, I wouldn't have been able to think straight. Just ratchet. So if you're trading these kind of pairs, I like the fast moving pairs. That's why your account keep blowing up real fast. Because you're fooling with ratchetness. Stop it. Small candles are king. Write this in your notes. Small candles are king. Because those can be trusted. You can go to the bathroom, go to lunch, and come back and not be worried about you blowing up the trades. Let me stop right here and bless you. Let me give you a blessing. And I got to hurry up. Some of you guys, you're staring at your phone all day long. Tell the truth. Type of 80 in the box. You take a trade, you're staring at it all day long. You're at work and you trying to hope your boss don't catch you. Type of 80. Come on, type. I did it. In here, nothing I bring up to you is something that you need to feel ashamed about. I just need you to be honest with yourself, because until you be integral with yourself, you're going to keep telling yourself lies. And I'm trying to free you from the lies in your head. I did it too. Married to the phone. And I'm trying to teach you how to not do that. Although when you become a full-time trader, it's kind of hard because it's all you got. You ain't got nothing else to do but to sit there staring at trades. So that's why I keep telling some of y'all, don't be in a hurry to be a full-time trader. Keep your job. Just make money here, but keep your job so you have something else to do. Because it's horrible. Now, here's the truth. In order to get that burden off your back, stop taking trades where the candlesticks look like this. Start taking trades where the candlesticks look like this. The smaller the candles, the less you have to stress over them. Because even if you're going for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, it does not matter, because these candles, they watch this. I was looking at a person who trades and they're highly successful in Forex. And they were saying, this person who was interviewing was saying, hey, what about this and this? And he said, well, I think the problem is you need to go, these pairs move too slow. You could be trading these and they move much faster. Truth is, he's right. Only one problem. If you have the ability to manage your emotions, then go with the faster pairs. But the average retail trader don't. But you want the money to be fast. But the problem is your emotional state don't function with that. And so you're staring at your phone, panicking over every trade. Why? Because you keep trading these fast moving pairs with the big candles and the crap looks like this. And so you're scared. You don't know where this thing gonna go. When you could have just took something like this, you could have been gone for hours. And then look at this trade. You could have been gone. Y'all don't believe me. All right, no problem. Let me go to the 1 hour. All right, just the 1 hour. This candle came in here, this arrow, and it does not repaint. It's 100% non-repaint. So what you see is what you get. This is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. They bottomed out at 18. Day 19, day 20 is where you would have got out at the neutral zone. So 20 days in. So let's just measure how many pips you could have had. Smooth selling. That would have been 544 pips. That's about 250 pips a week, basically. Smooth. Now, had you got out when it bottomed out by checking, where's this? That would have been 724. 724 or 544, doesn't matter. Do you see how smooth this one was running? You could have went on vacation for a week and came back and still been comfortable. Now, let's take a look at this arrow that came in here. Yes, it went up, it did its pullbacks, but this is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. 5 days. And it's still just right there. Never had to worry about losing the trade. Which, by the way, since I've been using this trading system, it's been a long time since I lost a trade. I may close it out early if I think it's not moving the way I want. But as far as just it hitting my stop loss, the way I teach you all to use it, no, it's been a very long time. And one of the benefits is because you see what kind of trades I take. I don't trade high frequency jumpy pairs. They don't agree with my trading style because I know I'm scared to go to the bathroom and pee. Let alone get to the kitchen and make me something to eat and come back. So if you want to disconnect from your phone, do you see the point? Start taking trades that have smaller candles, especially if you have the ocean wave. You know exactly what to look for now. Stop this. Everybody with me? Type a 30 in the box if you're with me. Let me hurry up and then we'll be done because I'm way over time. All right, let's go to the next one. This was the next one. Look at this. Look at that. Let me go to the 30-minute. You could have held this thing, see it shot up, pulled back, but it never hit your stop. And then it just took off some more. See? So right here, pull back, but even to here, just holding on, that would have been 111 pips. And what did this tell you to do? Hang on. Don't. Let's go to the next one. Same thing. Look at that. See? Just smooth. That's about 60. Okay. Now this is a wild one. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now this one, it didn't go far. And yes, this one we would have lost. So that would have been a legitimate 2 losses. Okay. Let's keep going. That one I don't really like. Okay. There we go. And reset. There we go. I like it. Here's this one. Okay. This would have been a 3rd loss. So we have 3 legitimate losses. Look at that one. Ooh, I love this one. Dude, this is one of my favorites with the ocean wave. It's run so smooth. USD Swiss. Let's look at the CAD. Look at that. Oh my. If it wasn't for news coming out today, and here's people like trading gold, and here's your indices. That's that's S&P 500. Here's the US 30. And there's your NASDAQ, which, by the way, I did do some trades on those and I recorded them. Okay. All right. So let me count the number of pairs that we just covered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. We covered 32 pairs. How many were losers, legitimate losers? GBP, NZD, that shouldn't have been. How many? Liz said 3. Anybody else in agreement with her? Everybody's typing 3. All right, point made. Point is made. Now do you see? Now do you see the difference? If you're going to be a reversal trader, do you see your problem? You're trading when the market is not in agreement with you. It was never anything. So let me bless y'all, and then I'm gonna take this hand and then we're done. I gotta go. I'm over time now. Okay. In closing of today, it was never about you. I really want to bless you with this, and I'm blessing me. It was never about you. It was never anything wrong with you. You're not dumb. You're not stupid. It's not that God it loves other people and he doesn't love you. It's not that some people get all the luck and you don't. It's just that you were missing information that would have made all the world of difference in your trading a long time ago. And it was never about just a trading system. This is why any person who ever buys any of my trading systems, don't you ever buy one if you don't have the intentions of going through the tutorials to see how to properly use it. Because no matter whether you buy mine or anybody else, it doesn't matter whether you spend $20 or $1,000. I know people selling stuff way up in price. You think I'm charging? Please, I know these people. They're charging, and they just have a much more better packaged advertising package to make it real sweet for you. But it's still the same crap. And they don't come back and help you. And they charge up to $1,000, $2,000 for a course. Trust me, I know. How do I know? Some of them used to be my students. But they didn't take my heart with them. They just saw the opportunity to sell to you. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter about the trading system until you understand what kind of trader am I, and then how does that fit into the grand scheme of what direction the market goes. It was never about you, and it was never about the indicators. It was your lack of knowledge. Of you. I'm serious. I really do, because it breaks my heart as a fellow retail trader to know what's going on and nobody's saying anything. And they're all capitalizing on your darkness, lack of knowledge. This one class alone will change everything about your trading, because now you see it for yourself. This is the truth. There are only a few opportunities for reversal traders this week. Some weeks there's going to be more, because I've seen it. Some weeks there's more, but some weeks like this, there's not. You have to be okay with that. You can't force these trades no more. If you're a trend trader, there was opportunities left and right, up and down. But if you're a reversal trader, there were opportunities, and that's still cool too. But you just realize, okay, I have been over trading. Would you agree? Type of 14 if you would agree. This is facts. I'm just showing you the charts. Charts don't lie. People lie, but not these charts. I'm showing you the facts, so that at least you have now what? Been enlightened. What is enlightenment? Light. What is light? Knowledge. What is darkness? Lack of knowledge. Don't over spiritualize this. It's light versus darkness. What is darkness? Lack of knowledge. What is light? I now have knowledge. They don't have to take you as a fool no more, because you have been enlightened. God has allowed the light to shine upon your head. Now you know what you've been missing. And if you're a reversal trader, which I love being a reversal trader, but the truth of the matter is, I have to say, guess what? You're doing too much, P. Slow it down, because the market does not agree with you. It doesn't mean that you're a poor trader or something wrong with you. It's just that you're trying to apply a strategy at the wrong time. Now, during the week, there will be opportunities for your strategy, but it's just not now. Now, if you want to be a high frequency trader, meaning you want to trade a lot, then you're going to have to incorporate a trend trading style and a reversal style. You're going to have both if you want to trade every day of the week, because your reversal style, it doesn't happen every day of the week. And I don't care whose YouTube videos you've been watching. By the way, this is what I was going to tell you. Remember I told you I was going to bless y'all? Oh, God, this is so good. God, this is so good. I love my classes. Lord have mercy. I love teaching classes. Remember I told you I was going to bless y'all? From here on out, do yourself a favor. Okay? Do yourself a favor. Some of you guys, no matter what I tell you, you're still going to go on to these people. You're subscribed to all these Forex channels, tons of them. If it was me, and I have done it, I've done it myself. Everything I'm telling you, I'm not rebuking you because I'm upset. I'm not rebuking you because I'm trying to make fun of you. I'm rebuking you because I want you to not be me. Because everything I constantly keep presenting to you guys, it's the same stuff that locked me in the prison of my head when it came to these markets for years. And I'm just coming back, returning to this prison with a key in my hand so that you don't have to repeat my mistakes. And part of it was I was subscribed to so many different people that every time there was a new strategy, I thought, well, maybe this is the golden ticket. And so I would subscribe to their channel. Type of 14, no. Type of 1 in the box if I'm not the only one. Subscribe to all these people's channels. Every time a new strategy come out, here you go. Ain't even tested it in a demo, but here you go. Okay, I'm watched it on Saturday, filled your account on Sunday with your broker, broke on Sunday evening. It didn't work. And you rinse and repeat every single week. Every week with a broken heart and shattered dreams. So here's the blessing. The next time you want to watch a person's YouTube video, the most important thing is not their strategy. You need to find out when. Somebody type in the box when, W-H-E-N. If you're in YouTube, type that in too, when. W-H-E-N. It is the single most important factor to any trading system. Now I know. When? When do you take your trades? And if they can't explain that, leave it alone. I have bought some of the most expensive trading systems and courses on the planet. I know some of the best traders on the planet. And in their courses, which I do look at, even they do not explain when. So they show you these high win ratios, but they never told you when. And that was the missing factor. Knowing when to take this trade, when to use their trading system. They never explained it. Never. And with this knowledge you have today, you can clearly see why certain strategies never work unless you know when. I challenge you. Tell me how many. Next week, I want y'all to bring, a matter of fact, that's going to be another homework assignment. Next week, I want you, anybody in the group, go through all your channels and you come back next week and report to me how many of those actually explains to you the market conditions of when to use their strategy. They tell you step by step, here's my step by step, but they don't explain when. Now, even me, I won't explain when on every video, but do offer a course or a live class where you can come and ask me, or you can just drop on in and guess what? You're seeing me explain when. Because if I'm trading simplicity, I ain't got no business doing videos and taking trades on a Monday. I'm begging to get my behind whooped. Why? Because they ain't when I need to be trading reversals. But it certainly is buttery smooth for trend trades. Last but not least, y'all watch this. Remember I told y'all that I can do these videos, those who had simplicity and been watching my Ocean Wave video. You remember I said I can do these videos every day if I wanted to, which I have been doing videos almost every single day. Type of yes if that's the truth. Remember I said that? I said I can do these videos almost every single day. And people thought I was exaggerating. You attended this class. Can you not see? Am I lying or am I telling the truth? With at least if I'm going to be a trend trader with the Ocean Wave, am I not telling the truth? Literally, I could have been this week alone. I have an endless supply of videos I could have did for you guys. Endless. I can do this every week. So when I say that I could do it every day, I wasn't exaggerating. You see it for yourself now. Because now why? You've been enlightened. You know, the light is on. Now I get it. He's right. Now, if I'm going to do reversal videos, 415 strategies, man, you might get 1 or 2 videos a week. Why? Because you see the market is not in agreement with that until midweek. Then it'll give you a couple of opportunities. So I can't do, so if you want to ask, well, Uncle P, because I know the question come up, why Uncle P doing all these videos now, but he doing he never did videos every single day with the Simplicity Sexy. Why didn't he do them every day? Because the market wasn't conducive for that. I have to wait until the market is ready to give these to me. And these opportunities only come a few times a week. Meanwhile, the trend trading happens every day. So if I'm going to record authentic videos and not be, what they call it, cherry picking, then I have to wait for the market. Does that make sense to anybody? Type a 700 if that makes sense to anybody who's listening to the sound of my voice. Does that now make sense to you? So when people are doing these videos, you need to know when did they take these trades, because that makes all the difference in the world. If I'm going to subscribe to your channel and I never heard you talk about when, I need to unsubscribe, because then I'm being misled. Or let me pull back and be nice. If they're teaching you a trend trading strategy, at least you learn from Uncle P when that's okay. But if they're teaching you a reversal strategy to mark up your charts this way, mark up your charts that way, and it's a reversal strategy, now at least you learn from Uncle P when you should be applying that, even if they never mention it. Now you know. Marcus Making Method, studied it for 3.5 to 4 years of frustration, all because of one piece of information I was left in the dark with. They never told me when. And even now, think about that. It pisses me the hell off. Years of suffering, thinking something was wrong with me, all because you left me in the dark. Satan is the prince of what? Darkness. What is darkness? Lack of knowledge. You left out this one and critical piece. So every Sunday and Monday, here I go. Here's another account blown up. And all you had to tell me, hey, this only works on these days. Had you told me that a long time ago, I never would have suffered like I did. Mother, the Lord knows, thank you, Jesus, hold my tongue. I'm saved, but I ain't clean all the way. That's why it's hard. I can't be a preacher. If I ever did a show and want to talk about the Bible, I don't think I'd make a good preacher, because I still got the Hulk up in me, pissed. It's hard keeping him down. You think I got passion? You wonder where my passion come from? From my pain. I'm just converting it into something positive to bless the people. But that Hulk is up in me, angry, pissed. Years of my life wasted. And that's time I can't get back. I can make more money, but I can't buy more time. I lost years because y'all didn't tell me this one thing. Mother, I bought all this stuff from y'all. My broker knew it. The people knew it. And nobody said nothing. Treacherous business. All right, let me take this one hand and I gotta go. Everybody, am I the only one? Type of 1,000 in the box if you feel me. Thank you, Gustavo. Am I the only one? I don't want to be the only one just venting. I'm venting because this is happening all over the world to retail traders. You heard what the man said about what the bigger institutions think of us. And they know we're missing this information. They know it. So let me say one more statement, and then let me just get this off my chest. I told you I had a meeting recently with a person who wanted to do business with me. The man just left the MetaTrader company. Your MetaTrader 4, your MetaTrader 5, your TradingView. I just had a meeting with him. And he was one of the core people who developed the indicators you're buying out of their stores, the MetaTrader stores. He designed them. And he said there's millions of people up in there trading these platforms. Millions. And he said they make millions of dollars off of the indicators sold in them stores. You don't know what I mean? Okay, fine. Let me show you what I mean. Go right here to the market store. See all this? You see all this? Oh, Lord, God is holding my tongue. I'm a Christian. I'm saved. I love God, but Lord have mercy. I get this whole he trying hard to climb up out of my chest right now. I'm so pissed because it happened to me. Just like it's happening to you. Some of this stuff, these ain't private people designing this stuff. That was people. Look at this, $100 for this one. Look at this indicator. The Bonita Gold, $2,750. Look at this one. Boring Pips, $599. You talking about I'm high price, man? You got to be kidding me. And these people develop it and sell it to you. Look at this one. $1,499 and people buying it. Left and right. And this MetaTrader companies, they have staff making these things. He was one of them, raking in millions of dollars off of you. Millions. And you buy any one of these and you tell me which one of them told you what day and what days is the best time to use that strategy. Not a single one. And so you blow up your account, you go buy another one, and they're raking that money off of your foolishness. Because you are in the dark, and I'm pissed. Because it happened to me. I was a victim. So I'm going to say this again. I appreciate everybody who's in attendance. I thank everybody who's been supporting Super Easy, which, by the way, some of this money that been coming in through the doors have been going right back out the door to help a whole lot of nonprofit organizations and other people and I keep that stuff to myself because guess what? Even when I used to try to tell people, oh, he ain't doing that. Well, see, I don't need your vote. You can kiss my behind. God knows what I'm doing behind the scenes. And we've been helping a lot of people thanks to your purchase. It's helping a lot of people who's in unfortunate situations. Thank you very much. But don't buy my systems if you're not willing to go through the tutorials. If you're just going to buy it and slap it on the charts, then keep it moving. Keep buying from them. Because it's not going to help you. Let me take this last hand and let's close class. Sonia, go right ahead.
Good afternoon, Uncle P. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, there you go. Try again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hi. Tell everybody where you're from so they'll know.
I'm speaking from a little place called Wolverhampton in England.
In England, yes. We have people all the way from England, yes. Hey, what's happening? Talk to me.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for your time, your energy, and your passion, because, you know, as you said, I haven't seen anybody else doing it. And I, for one, really appreciate it. So I thought I was going to start with a big thank you. I also wanted to say, I swear, people might think it's such a coincidence what I'm actually going to say, because you just was talking about everything I'm going to say in your last few 5-10 minutes of conversation. But I mean, I will never miss any of your classes because nobody else is giving me all these golden nuggets. And what I want to say is what you shared with us last week has been a game changer for me. And to use an analogy, because I know you like to use analogies, it was like when the disciples were fishing to fish and they caught nothing. And then Jesus came back by and he said, you know, cast your nets now. And they got a whole heap of fish. Well, here's the thing. I was basically resting on my laurels, and I, as you can hear, I'm from England. So I was waiting for the London Open, and that's the only time I was casting my net, right? And I'm not saying nothing happens then, but last week you gave us your schedule of when you're looking and for what types of trades you were looking for. And I promise you, I've used that this week, and we're only on Wednesday, and I have already netted 658 pips just by changing the time that I go fishing.
I'm so glad. See, when I get done with this, I'm gonna spend the day praising God because this is what I've been see. Thank you, sis, for sharing that. I can't do no better than that. There you go.
I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't have considered it before, but when I changed your times, the Eastern Standard Times, to my time, it means getting up at 2:30 a.m. But in 3 days, I have 650 odd pips. Oh, what more can I say?
Look, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. I can hear a little scammer. The person, he probably, have I ever met you in person?
Never.
Have I sent you any money?
No.
Have I coerced or a private message you and said, hey, at the tail end of my class, please come in and say XYZ? Did I do any of that?
No. And that's why I couldn't believe the conversation. I'm like, he's saying everything I'm going to say.
Wait, sis. Wait a minute. Those who've been coming to my class, type a 60 in the box if you've heard her voice come to class, because she has a very distinct voice. So for those who've been coming to class, thank you, Liz. Come on, type. She has a very distinct voice. That's why I wanted you to announce, because we have visitors and people who's tuning in from YouTube and this and that. So I wanted them to hear where you were from, so they'll know, okay, we have people from all over the globe, like I've been telling people. Now we have all these people typing in the chat box who knows your voice because you've been coming to class. So you've been coming to class. So now we have confirmation from everybody that we know who she is. I didn't ask her to do this. It's just that this is what happens when you get knowledge. You are no longer in the dark, and now you are effective, and you are the type of trader who they don't like, because you are profitable and they can't sucker you no more. I told y'all that time makes a difference. It wasn't the trading, it was when you go out to the market. Sis, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for your testimony. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really, from the bottom of my heart. You know what? I really thought you had a totally different question or something that I was prepared for. I had no idea what you was going to say. And sis, I thank you for ending this class with the fact that I'm trying to push to people, because any one of us can change overnight our trading career if we have proper knowledge. So thank you, sis. Did you have a question for me, Del?
No, that was it, because I am absolutely surprised that literally I've just changed the time and I've had such great results in 3 days.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
I'm gonna get off before I cry. Y'all don't even know. Listen, let me tell y'all this. Why am I so exaggerated and passionate? Because one of the things that I do, you do what you want. But when Satan attacks me, embarrasses me, hurts me, one of the things I like to do is I don't like wasted pain. I don't like just going to the corner and sulking. I hate wasted pain. I want to do something to make sure that if you're going to hit me, I'm going to pay you back, not by trying to do blow for blow, but I'm going to pay you back by helping more people so that you can't take advantage of them like you just did to me. You ain't going to be able to freely victimize other people like you did to me. So how am I going to pay you back? I'm going to reach back out and help more people. Now, that don't mean I'm inviting pain or I'm asking for it, but at least I'm going to do something productive with it. That's why I'm doing this. I suffered for years and I couldn't tell nobody. And I couldn't even explain it to my beautiful best friend, Nancy, because she doesn't trade in the markets. That's not her desire. Nobody understood. And I had to suffer quietly, crying in the midnight hour, praying to God. It was painful because my dreams were tied to it. If I would have left my dreams out of this whole thing, it wouldn't have meant nothing to me. It would have just been like a little cheap one night stand. I don't need, would you like my name? I don't need to know your name. It was just, please don't return. It was just, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That was cool. You had a nice body. I just wanted to hear it. And that was that. That's what it would have been. But when I tie my dreams to you, and it doesn't work out, that's devastating. It was painful. So to now hear that I'm changing lives, yes, that's why I'm so passionate. That's why I'm so animated when I speak. And I hope that whatever has caused you much suffering, that God will give you the ability to convert it so that you can go back out and help other people too. Maybe Forex, it may be a divorce, it may be abuse when you was a child, it may be whatever. Whatever caused you suffering in life, may God give you the wisdom to know how to convert it, package it, and present it to the world so that other people's lives can be changed, so that less people will suffer on this planet. That will be my prayer for you. All right, you guys. With that being said, I'm going to end class before I sit here and cry on this channel because y'all are going to sit there and do no memes of me crying. Egg no.